Here we are again with the 2010 Kia Soul. This time this issue is where you have no washer fluid coming out and spraying your windshield. I found out this was a pretty unusual issue. I haven't seen anything online with where anybody had this issue. So I actually unplugged this tube right here, which is it's coming from your reservoir underneath here, which is a pain to get to. You have to take off this underside panel right along here to even get to it. And unfortunately, to fix this issue, you're gonna have to do that if you want washer fluid for the rainy season, which it is raining for us now. I fixed this probably a couple months ago, probably almost last year when it started raining, because we needed the washer fluid to clean the windshield with all the bugs and stuff. Unplugged this, and no fluid was coming out of it. I mean, it was trickling out when I actually ran the pump, which told me that it wasn't anything wrong with the jets up here, that these weren't clogged. So I came back, traced it back all the way down to the pump. I even unplugged this hose from the pump, and it was trickling out of the pump. And so I decided to remove the pump from the reservoir. And what was the issue was algae was growing in my reservoir. I've never had an issue with a vehicle. There it is down there. I've never had an issue with a vehicle with algae growing in the washer reservoir. And so I took the pump out, and there was like a little screen in there, and I cleaned that stuff out. It took me a little bit. You get like a high pressure nozzle or something and spray it out. But once I did, I started getting flow again, and I started hooking it back up. Now, if you decide to tackle this issue, which it's a pain in the butt to get this thing out, do not just try to disconnect the nozzle up here. You will break this, and once you do that, it pretty much won't hold fluid. This does not come off from the actual unit. It's actually glued in the unit, I think. So do not try to untwist this and look in the unit. That's what I was originally trying to do. I was like, I don't want to take this whole thing out. I just want to see what's going on in the unit. But as I started doing it, I realized, because the plastic started getting discoloration. You can't really tell now from the video, but it was actually looking like it was about ready to snap. So I decided to take the long route, which I'm glad I did. Remove the whole unit, and then clean the actual pump itself. You can probably just replace the pump if you want, and you don't want to have to clean it, or replace the whole unit if you really want to go that route. It didn't take that much more time once I took it off and started cleaning the unit to actually get all the algae out. Now, to prevent this from happening again, I've been mixing in a little bit of alcohol with the washer fluid. That helps both with, if you live in colder areas, from your fluid from actually freezing. Now, they already do this in the fluid, but for some reason, whatever mixture they have in the fluid is creating algae inside my unit. So I decided to go with a little bit more alcohol, and I haven't had that problem since. I probably just did maybe a 20% ratio mixture. So 20% alcohol is a washer fluid. Anyway, if this helped anybody out, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, leave in the comment sections, and I'll see if I can answer them.